Okay, Alex, first thing we're going to do is look at your chipping motion. Now we're going to compare your chipping technique to that of Tiger Woods. Tiger is known as having one of the best short games in golf. This is the starting position, what we call the one position. First thing I'm seeing that I like is that both of you have narrowed your stance, so you don't have your feet as wide as you would have it on a full swing. You've narrowed that stance. That's very good. Both of you have created a little bit of a shaft lean here, so that's very good. In other words, you have your hands in front of the golf ball. It's important that you hit down on the ball when you chip and pitch. In fact, anytime you hit a ball that's on the ground, you must hit the ball on the downward side of your circle, on the downward side of the arc. You hit down to the ball. You never want to try to have your club swinging level when you get to the ball or swinging up when you get to the ball. You always want to hit it on the downswing. Very important. And to do that, to create that shaft lean, you've got to have your hands in front of the ball. You need to make sure the low point of your swing is in front of that golf ball. And wherever your hands are will tend to be where the location of your low point. So that's very good. Now, one of the things that is different about what you do regarding your setup is that Tiger has a very straight left arm, and your left arm is kind of bent here. So one of the things I would like you to practice and work on is have that straight arm. You can see how Tiger has almost what we call the letter Y, with its two arms and the shaft forming the bottom of the Y. Now your right arm is fairly straight, but I need this left arm fairly straight. So I need you to work on making your body look like this when you set up to hit chip and pitch shots. In fact, anytime you hit an iron, you always want to have that full extended arm. Any club in the bag, when you set up, you need to have a straight left arm. And then the last thing I want you to focus on a little bit is when you set up for your iron shots and your chip and pitch shots, you want to set a little more weight on your left side than your right side. You don't want to try to feel like your weight is centered in between your feet. I want you to feel like your most of your weight is on top of your left foot. So you want to kind of preset yourself to the left. You can see how Tiger has more weight on his left leg than he does his right leg. Now both of you are in the 3 position, or the end of the backswing, and Tiger has kept his weight on his left side. He's kept his left arm straight. Your left arm is a little straighter than it was when it started, so that's good. But once you learn how to set up with a straight left arm, it'll be easier for you to keep that left arm straight in your backswing. Tiger also keeps his elbow in close to the side. He doesn't have this gap right there. You have kind of a little bit of a gap right here. And you want to keep that right elbow kind of tucked in there. Tiger's still keeping his weight leaning to the left. Very important. Both of you are now hitting the golf ball. Again, Tiger has maintained that straight left arm. He basically comes back and hits the ball with the same Y that he set up with, hands slightly in front of the golf ball. He's still on his left, leaning to the target. You've kept your weight more on the back foot. If we drew a line straight down from Tiger's head, it's going over his left leg, and yours is going over your right foot. So keeping your weight on your left side will be one of the fundamentals you need to work on, and keeping your left arm straight. Now while we're still at impact, I've drawn some additional lines. The red line here is the line of your left forearm. I've put a circle around where your hands are. I've put a green line here where your right arm is, and a green line for the shaft. So these 2 green lines show an angle here. And you can see at impact this angle is very similar to the angle behind Tiger's right hand. He has that right hand, the back of the wrist there, angled back a little bit, so he creates this angle. Now we're going to see where all of those lines are when you hit through the ball, after the ball has left the club and you've swung to your follow through. Now here we are at the end of the chipping action, and the first thing I want us to notice is that Tiger has swung his arm more through. His hands are now here, and he's held that angle behind his right wrist. So the red circle and the two green lines was where it was at impact, and then the yellow circle and two yellow lines is where it is after impact. So he's basically kept his Y all the way through the swing. He set up with a Y at the beginning. He set up the Y in the backswing. He kept the Y at impact, and he kept the Y through the swing. So it's just basically kind of an arm swing with a little wrist hinge in the backswing. Look at your right arm and shaft. You basically have lost that angle, and your hands are still in basically the same place they were in at impact. So you did not swing your hands forward in one piece. You kept your forearm in the same place, and you kept your hands in the same place. So you just swung the club from here to here, but you kept the handle right here. What Tiger does is he swings everything from here to here. So his arm is swinging. So the center of his swing is up in the shoulder, where the center of your swing is down in your hands. So we need to have a straight left arm so that the shoulder joint is where the swing originates. Your swing is a circle, and the center of your circle has got to be up in that shoulder.